Violence has flared following street protests in Belfast and other parts of Northern Ireland over the flags issue. One police officer has been injured and one man has been arrested during the trouble. In a protest in Portadown, a man was taken to hospital after he was knocked down. This latest trouble comes as the First and Deputy First Ministers are expected to hold talks with all the party leaders at Stormont later this week. Peter Cardwell's report contains flash photography.
Police came under attack in the lower Newtownards Road and here at Sandy Road tonight as the protests about the flag at Belfast City Hall enter a third week. At least one officer was injured here. Near the City Hospital in South Belfast, bins were set on fire. Protests earlier in the evening, including here at Sandy Row about 6 p.m, were timed to cause disruption to rush hour traffic, with several roads closed or blocked for a time.
The people of Northern Ireland are really browned off with this. It should be put back up as soon as.
For years now, the British culture has been gradually eroded away thanks to Sinn Féin IRA and SDLP, and people are getting a bit sick of, especially Union Jack, which was inaugurated in 1801 with the Irish flag. And there's millions of men and women have been killed in wars fighting for that flag.
Our flag should never have been took down. Do you know what I mean? Everything that Sinn Féin wants, they get. But I blame our politicians too, because they should never have went into that meeting and they could never have took a vote on it.
Elsewhere in the city, 150 people blocked the Shore Road in the shadow of the Mount Vernon flats to protest, closing the road for much of the evening.
Well, the blame lies fairly and squarely with Sinn Féin for bringing this forward on the 3rd of December. There was no need to do this. If they'd wanted to do it, they could have waited till after Christmas, but they didn't. And they got the response that they actually got. Nobody can tell me that Sinn Féin didn't know what the response was going to be. They may not have understood it was going to be as bad as this or as strong as this, but they brought it forward. It's their problem.
Over the weekend, people demonstrated in Belfast for an end to the protests, as the First and Deputy First Ministers echoed that call. In a statement they said, "The current protests are damaging Christmas trade and the local economy, as well as disrupting people's daily lives. An absence of street protests would provide the space to allow us all to work together to find an agreed solution." The two men met at Stormont today, and all party leaders are expected to meet there later this week to try to resolve the ongoing crisis. Today, Secretary of State Theresa Villiers met party leaders too. Peter Robinson also held talks with loyalist and community leaders. He met with senior members of the Orange Order, the Royal Black Preceptory and the Apprentice Boys. UTV Live tonight understands the Loyalist and Unionist Task Force we exclusively revealed plans for last week will be announced possibly tomorrow. Peter Cardwell, UTV Live tonight, Belfast.